It was surreal almost because King County is the county where my parents live, and it's where we used to live, and it's one county away. That's the first county that got confirmed cases. That's the county where the that nursing home had like what a third of their patients die.
Yeah.
And then our county, Pierce County, we were the next ones to catch it. And so knowing that it's like coming for us was like just like totally freaking us out. Half of the, it's again, it's that thing where half of the time life just feels completely normal, and the other half of the time we're aware that there's this like really bad virus that is in our state that is killing people. And I think we have the information of who's catching it and how old they are, and there's this big thing like, oh, it's only older people that are getting really ill and stuff, but we have kids that are under 10 that have it, and we have you know people of all ages that have it. Like a single mom of 6 just died from it. And so knowing that we are the first, one of the first big areas in the United States to catch it has just been crazy, because we're all reacting to it, and then we're watching the rest of the world going on as normal, and it's just bizarre. It's bizarre that we're shutting down schools, and my friend was, back when our schools first shut down, we're shutting schools down, and our friends are like, oh yeah, no, our kids are still going to school. And so it's just weird. It's just weird watching it all happen in real time while the rest of the world still wasn't reacting to it.
So, is there anything like really particular that you're worried about in all this, or?
I mean, for me personally, so Roland turns 3 at the end of this month, and he loses his speech therapy. He doesn't talk at all. He's nonverbal, which is pretty unusual.
Mm-hmm.
At this age, he's 2, almost 3. Sophie had like full sentences at this point. So he loses his speech therapist at the end of the month, and because the school districts are all like not meeting people, shut down, all that kind of stuff, I'm just not sure what's going to happen. So I feel like he's going to get, you know, fall through the cracks basically. And they're talking about schools are not going to reopen until the fall, which is months and months and months of him not having speech therapy services. So on a personal level, like, I'm just worried about my son, who doesn't talk at all and who's just kind of like falling through the cracks at this point. And we have a lot of elderly people in our neighborhood that I'm worried they're not taking it as seriously as we are. So I'm worried about them. I have a few friends that either have kids with heart issues, or kids with lung issues, or kids that are immune compromised. I have multiple friends who are pregnant, and not all of them can socially distance or self quarantine because they have to work and their husbands have to work.
So, do you think that this will have a long-term impact on our society, whether that's bad or some things might change for the good?
I mean, idealistically, I guess my hope is that people start to realize just how important things like universal health care are, or all the social services that are required. Because one of my friends works with the homeless, and she said, I would call her because I was worried that her job was at risk, and she was like, no, because regardless of what's happening in the world, there are still homeless people that need help. So hopefully we're going to be more compassionate as a people, that we realize that healthcare is should be a right, not just a privilege for those who can afford it. So that'd be one of the first things that I hope changes.
So, lastly, I mean, do you have any words of wisdom about this or any words of calm?
Well, I just think this is a really great time for people to get to know themselves better. You're staying home. You're forced into staying home, really. And if you're not staying home, you should be staying home. You get to read books. You get to relax a little bit more if you can. And then if you can't, if you are one of the people that's less fortunate, then I really hope that your neighbors are stepping in. I hope that we, as the more fortunate people who have the ability to, I hope that we can help those around us that need more help, that need support, that need groceries, that need toilet paper. Um, that now's the time to focus on ourselves, but also focus on our communities in ways that aren't you know necessarily in person, but ways that are still important.